All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for our end of day watch list report with yours truly, Dex the Algo Capitalist. All right, so let's get into it, shall we? All right, so what do we have here? Well, our first chart that we have before us is none other than theta. And as you can see here, the theta chart has a crash alert for tonight into tomorrow's trading and the beginning of a bearish trend momentum reading. Therefore, we know exactly what that means, don't we? All right, so you got to take heed to this and let it do what it do. Looks like the market's about to fall back down again because you're right here bumping up against the top of the Kumo cloud resistance. So I expect lower prices now. ZEC Zcash also gave us a crash alert for tonight into tomorrow's trading. I'm expecting prices to come back down here and test this support level down here near the $20 mark. Next, we have XRP Ripple crash alert for tonight into tomorrow's trading, as well as the bullish algo shift appears to have now fallen off. Next, we have silver. Silver also has given us a crash alert for tonight into tomorrow's trading. And we expect the price action to actually come down here and test the $30 support that we've been talking about. It's the top of the Kumo cloud support. It's a key support. Market needs to not violate this. We need no consecutive closes below the $30 mark. Excuse me. If that does, then we could see a rather significant correction in the silver market. Next, we have the Dow futures with a crash alert for tonight into tomorrow's trading. Price action should head back here, back down toward the top of the Kumo cloud support at 39,000. So we're expecting another 850 point plus drop for your Dow. Next, we have the NASDAQ 100. Now, Nvidia is up after the earnings report after the close today. It was up about $45. The NASDAQ 100 is still pushing up against the all-time highs and 52-week highs to boot. And everything is locked in at this point. All right, you're locked and loaded right now. And as you know, we talk about this here. And what you need to bear in mind is that you're bumping up against resistance areas here. It's look how tight these bars are. You're at a resistance point, so I'm expecting this market to start correcting any day now. When you start seeing it looking weak like that up here at these new all-time levels. And this is after the correction, and then it came back up, took out the old 52-week highs. All right, so critical junctures where you are. And not saying that it can't continue to run from here, but when you look at the other indices, they're going the opposite direction. All right. Next, you have gold futures. We had a crash alert coming into today, and we actually got some rather significant downside production. Now the top of the Kumo cloud support is right here. All right. And we're expecting for this market to test the 2,343 level. All right. So, yeah, 2,343. So that means we have more downside to go before we hit that support zone. Next, we have the E-mini S&P 500, and it's given us a crash alert from yesterday. We got downside production today, and this one looks like it's ready to head even lower. All right, so breaking ranks with the NASDAQ. The S&P and NASDAQ were moving in lockstep. Now the S&P is starting to see it to pick up some weakness here. All right, so one stock, Nvidia, does not the entire US stock market make. But that's how people are treating it. Like that one stock is so important that it doesn't matter if other stocks continue to drop. As long as Nvidia is up, the whole stock market's up. That doesn't make any sense. So you know that this is something wrong here. There are cracks in the dam. Next, we have crude oil futures. So you're in a locked-in bull market, but you're below the Kumo cloud, so that's still a dangerous zone to be, which means that as long as price action stays below the Kumo cloud, you could see more downside correction. But right now, the bulls are defending this support area and trying to lift prices back up into the Kumo cloud to get above the bottom of the Kumo cloud resistance. So that's what the market is going to be gunning for. Next, we have the euro. So the euro, as you can see here, has been benefiting from the bullish algo shift, hence the green bars, right? So the sellers have been trying to pick a top of this momentum shift, and each time these negative bot checks are not producing the downside leg. But the more of these you get, and the longer you have a bearish trend momentum reading, the more powerful the downward correction will be. That's usually the case, okay? Look back here. You had multiples of these, right? Even as the market was going higher, you had multiples of these, all right? And what eventually happened? The market topped out and came down and corrected itself, then technically bounced, got you more, came back down again, technically bounced, and then really dropped, right? And now here you're going again. So you can make the argument that the market's just setting itself up for another down drop. You're still in a locked in bear market trend, bearish trend momentum reading. But the algo shift is what's happening. It's a technical bounce based on the bullish algo shift. So you have no choice but to buy into it. And then at that point, the next thing that you look for is for the market to exhaust itself and then roll over. So a similar pattern is happening like we did back here. Then the market corrected itself. All those negative bot checks took a toll. Then the market based and then technically bounced for a while and then just couldn't hold on anymore. And that's where you are in this current cycle, okay? Next, we have the pound sterling. Bullish algo shift helping the market to continue to trek and push higher. Bearish trend momentum reading is still intact though. But right now, the sell the rally mode has been muted, all right, until this technical bounce is over, like it did back here. Once it was over, the market dropped. All right, back here, when the market was done, the market dropped. And then when it was finished, the market started to go back up again. So right now you're in that upward drift. And yeah, you can move sideways like this for a long time as well with these bullish algo shifts, keeping the market propped up, all right, for a while. That can often happen. And when that happens, the downside is muted until otherwise noted. Okay. Next, we have the Aussie. Now, the Aussie gave us a crash alert coming into today, and today you actually got some pretty substantial downside production. So we're expecting this downside production to continue. And the top of the Kumo cloud here at 65.35 is right now our initial downside target for this current move. As you can see, the bullish algo shift run up has stopped. Now the market's headed back down again, just like it did back here. Nice little run up. Then the market said, I've had enough. Sell the rally mode, kicked right on in, and the rest is history. Next, we have the Russell My Hustle. So we have a crash alert now for tonight into tomorrow's trading. Market's getting closer to this vortex point, another day or two away, right? So 2049 is this intersection. This is the vortex. If the price action gets sucked into there, then we're going to see price action fall and drop below the 2000 mark. And then if that happens, these old support zones come into play. All right. And you got a bearish trend momentum reading. You're in the sell the rally mode. The market is doing just that. Next, we have Ethereum futures, bullish as can be, bullish trend momentum reading, bull market, market's rallying, and it's not quitting. It's bucking all the negative outlook. All right. The sell the rally mode is over. Market is wanting to run. Who knew, right? Who would have thunk it? Next, we have Bitcoin futures. Crash alert for tonight into tomorrow's trading. And you're not far away from the top of the Kumo cloud here. Not far at all. So really what we're looking for is for the market to continue to drift lower until it gets near this vortex point, of which at 60, we'll call it 63,310. All right, so that's a quite a ways down here in this cavern here, this cavity here, but this vortex is real. And if it drops down below here, it could really start to accelerate, and you don't have any more support once you get past here until you get to here, and then no more until you get to here. So critical juncture, not time to panic just yet, but the last time you were up here like this with these crash alerts, the market did drop substantially. All things being equal, that means the next leg down would accelerate past this support and it won't hold. So you have to keep that into the back of your mind. Now we have the US dollar index. The bearish algo shift is really, putting pressure on the dollar. You've had back-to-back positive bot checks, and nothing is materializing from those right now. What is winning is the bearish algo shift. The bearish algo shift is selling the technical bounces and rallies. And we got another positive bot check back here. So we know at some point an up leg will occur. You're still in a locked in bull market. You're just not in a buying position yet, but you do have bulls really trying to defend at this current juncture. And the market is threatening to drop back below the bottom of the Kumo cloud. So the game is on. The pressure is hot. And right now, the bearish algo shift is in effect. All right. So the rally mode is in effect, just like it was back here. Yes, it can go sideways for a while, but eventually it gets top heavy and rolls over. It went sideways for a while here, then it got top heavy and rolled over. So wash, rinse, repeat for now, even though you're still in a bull market, but you're in a correction. All right. So you wait for the corrections over, wait for the bearish algo shift to drop off before looking for buying opportunities. All right, folks, that's what it is, man. Not a lot to it. We're just going with the momentum and money flow of the market. That's pretty much what we're doing. We're just obeying whatever the pattern is, whatever the trend is, whether it be a short term, intermediate, or long term trend. We have no idea of knowing that. We're just trading what the market is giving us, and we're just doing what the market is telling us. And right now, it's saying that the S&P is a short. It's telling us that the Russell My Hustle is a short. It's telling me that the Dow is a short. All right. The only one that is being propped up right now is the NASDAQ 100. It's locked in. It's acting like it has no end in sight. So that one we're watching. I think once the NASDAQ exhausts itself and joins the other three indices, that's when we'll really see the selling kick in. So you can make the argument that the Russell, the S&P, and Dow are just ahead of the NASDAQ right now. But I believe the NASDAQ is due to catch up here shortly. All right. So word to the wise. All right. And, silver is a sell too. And so is gold. We already showed you those two charts. So do with it as you will, but just remember the system works if you work the system. Bulls make money, bears make money, and pigs get slaughtered. So remember to take what you can and give not them back. And on that note, I'm out. Peace.